Okay, we always gotta talk about Kendrick on this channel because Kendrick Lamar is literally the blueprint for immortality. November 22nd, 2024, Kendrick Lamar dropped a surprise album. No advanced singles, no press campaign, no label rollout. 30 minutes after posting a 1-minute teaser, GNX was live on every platform. That's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is 4 words buried in the album's copyright notice. PG Lang under exclusive license. That's Kendrick's company, not the labels, his. Those 4 words represent a structural shift in how this man will generate wealth for the rest of his life, and potentially for generations after him. GNX is Kendrick Lamar's 6th studio album. It was surprise released November 22nd, 2024. PG Lang and Interscope Records. It's his first album after leaving Top Dog Entertainment, the label he'd been signed to since he was a teenager, since 2005. And that departure didn't just change who was printing the checks, it changed who owned the master recordings. On his previous albums under TDE, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, the copyright notice read Kendrick Lamar under exclusive license to Interscope Records. The language matters. Under that structure, Kendrick personally held the copyright, licensed to Interscope for distribution. Had more leverage than most. But on GNX, the copyright holder is PG Lang, his own company, co-owned with his creative partner Dave Freak. Not Kendrick the individual, PG Lang the entity. A company that can own assets, sign deals, build catalog, and exist beyond any single album cycle. The deal was quietly renegotiated between Mr. Morale and GNX. By the time the album dropped, PG Lang, not Interscope, not TDE, not Aftermath, was listed as the ultimate copyright owner on the record that would go on to hit number 1, win the Grammy for Best Rap Album, and soundtrack the most watched halftime show in Super Bowl history. 133.5 million people watched Kendrick perform at Super Bowl. Which Super Bowl was that? What's LIX? I don't know my Roman numerals. Every clip, every moment, every replay routes back to the that he owns. And most people heard an album, but they missed that this is architecture. The pillar at work here is catalog ownership, and specifically what it means when you structure that ownership through a company rather than yourself as an individual artist. When an artist owns their masters personally, the asset dies or gets complicated when they do. It can be contested. It can be tied up in estate disputes. It's attached to a human being with a finite life and unpredictable decisions. When the catalog sits inside a company, a properly structured entity, it behaves like a business asset. It can be sold, licensed, leveraged, inherited, passed to heirs, or grown through acquisition of other catalogs. PG Lang can sign other artists. PG Lang can acquire publishing. PG Lang can produce films, ad campaigns, and global tours. It already has. What's this called? Lions? The company 2023. What is that award? What is a Cannes Lions? But they won that award in 2023, Independent Agency of the Year. But it wasn't for music. It was for brand work, film, and advertising. So Kendrick didn't just leave TDE to get a better royalty split. He built a company around his creative output so that the output compounds. Now compare this to the artists who failed at this same transition. Prince fought his entire career to own his masters, famously writing slave on his face, changing his name to a symbol, leaving Warner Bros., giving away CDs at concerts to flood the market and devalue the label's leverage. He died in 2016 with the battle unfinished. His estate, worth an estimated $200 million or more at the time of his death, spent years in litigation over control and valuation. The blueprint Prince couldn't fully execute in his lifetime, Kendrick executed quietly between his 5th and 6th albums, with no announcement, using 4 words in a copyright notice. In 1969, Walika was working in a recording studio above a Five and Dime store on Main Street in Bridgeport. He needed a B-side. He had a throwaway track with placeholder lyrics. Here's how it goes. I ain't about to sing this shit. But nah, hey, goodbye. Yeah, that's how AI would be. So, really like that. They be having AI videos, they be having AI transcriptions, AI narration. Do y'all believe that my videos are like that? I don't know. Are they entertaining? Do I talk about entertaining stuff? Cut all this shit out. Alright, but he didn't have a real band name to put on it. So he looked out the window, saw steam rising from a manhole on the street below, and named the fake band Steam. So, that record, Nah Nah Hey Hey Kiss 'Em Goodbye, hit on the Billboard Hot 100 in December 1969, displacing the Beatles. It sold over 6.5 million copies. In 1977, a Chicago White Sox organist started playing it to taunt opposing pitchers being pulled from games. It became the most recognizable stadium chant in sports history. If you've been to a game, any sport, any country, you've heard this song. Lika produced it, he composed much of what's on the record, he ran the studio where it was made. He didn't own the name Steam, he didn't own the publishing. The song was credited to a fictional band on a B-side. By the time the cultural weight of that recording was fully understood, the ownership structure was already locked. Bridgeport built it, Bridgeport didn't capture the value. The pattern, which is building something world-changing and watching the ownership go somewhere else, is not unique to Lika. It is the foundational economic story of working-class creative cities. The talent comes from here. The architecture of who profits from the talent gets decided somewhere else. So what Kendrick did with GNX, PG Lang as a copyright owner, quietly renegotiated, announced through its 4-word copyright notice, is the thing Lika never had the institutional levers to pull off in 1969. The way GNX is structured, Kendrick's catalog compounds differently than any rap artist before him at this scale. The company owns the masters, the company can grow, the music is permanently attached to an entity built to outlast any single album, any single era, any single moment in the culture. So here's what I actually want to know. The playbook exists now. It's documented. It's visible. Every independent artist and music attorney in the world knows what PG Lang did with that copyright notice. But the window to execute this move isn't infinite. It requires leverage. It requires the kind of bargaining position that comes from being undeniably valuable to a major distributor before you ask them to cede control. Kendrick had that leverage because of Damn, because of TDE, because of 20 years of building that nobody saw coming. The question is whether an artist from 203, now from a city that has never had a major label infrastructure, has never had the institutional machinery that makes the Kendrick blueprint possible, can pull off the same structural move. And I think about that every week. Drop your answer below. Let me know. Could an artist from Connecticut do this? What do you think?